guys. John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL. Great to be with you. Thank you for that thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And hopefully, you're getting ready for your holidays, or if you are already in your holidays, well, I want to take this opportunity for my Jewish friends to wish them. It's actually one, two, three, four. Today is the fifth day of Hanukkah, so happy fifth day of Hanukkah for those of my Jewish friends that are celebrating that. I'm still waiting for Christmas, which is coming in just a few days. Anyway, we start we start on a Saturday with a brand new master topic. We roll all the way through the week and we end up on a Friday. So we have lots of great stuff to share with you. Thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate you being here. And just take your smartphone if you're new, grab the camera app, point over the QR code, click on the link tree by the little yellow button there, and you'll get my information. So when we think about life, there's so many different caveats. And I also want to thank our friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates that come back time and time again. They've been celebrating. We're going to be having our birthday very soon. Right after Christmas, we actually celebrate our birthday. So I'm really excited for IFYL. I'll be turning 1 year old. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully, some of the new people become loyal, just like the people that have been watching me for now close to a year and watching all my other great content. So I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Let's get right into the master topic, folks, because I know you're waiting for it. Are you ready for that master topic? Here it comes. How to ask open-ended questions. We're on the series and episode number 6. When we think about an open-ended question, we have to understand that the purpose of it is to actually show a genuine interest. And so when we have a genuine interest, then I believe that it will make a huge, huge difference. And so when we think about just what it means to be someone that listens, someone that cares. And so I know that it can be challenging for some, but making the choice to ask an open ended question is something that is pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. And so I will tell you that making open ended questions is something you can do on a daily basis. And when you get in the habit of asking open ended questions, you know what happens? It becomes natural. And everything you do becomes an open ended question. And that might sound, I don't know, a little bit crazy, but it's not. It's about asking a question that is going to get someone to give you an answer. I mean, an answer that's going to make sense, an answer that is going to, how can I say, an answer that is going to give you insights. Now, why don't people ask open ended questions? Well, it's very simple. They don't ask open ended questions because they don't want to take the time to get to know you. Now, that sounds kind of harsh, but an open ended question is something that we choose to ask, not because we have to, but because we want to ask that open ended question. And so, an open ended question is designed to get us information about the person that we're with. Again, there's no, how can I say, there's no second agenda. It's showing a genuine interest into people and their lives. Okay. Um, an open-ended question is something most people won't do because they don't want to put the time into asking an open-ended question. They don't. They think that everything's just going to pop in their lap. And so when we think about that, I think the most important thing is that we're all human beings and we all want to make these human types of connections in our life. If we don't make these human connections, then what I find is that people are going to be superficial. People are not going to really share what's on their mind. And you might say to me, John, why do I care what's on somebody's mind? Well, the reason you care is because when we take the effort to be genuinely interested in other people, I told you that's when the magic happens. That's when things start. That's when it gets kind of really amazing. But a lot of people feel, they're more important than everyone else and that they don't need to be genuine. So, yes, you can get by without being genuine for a little time. But you know what happens? People start to realize who you are. And when they see that, they're like, oh, I you know, didn't know he was like that. I didn't know she was like that. Now, that might sound crazy, but it's not crazy. It's absolutely the truth. So, asking an open question requires you to have a little thought. It requires you to care about the situation. Let's say you're going to a Super Bowl party, which is coming up in a few months, and you want to bond with some of the guys there. And besides football, there might be some time to chat in between commercials, and they may come up with something like, this is really great. You guys had this football party. Really appreciate. Oh, sure, you're welcome. Thanks so much for coming. I was just curious, Mark. Um, if you didn't come to our party, what would you have done today? Probably would have sat home and just, been in front of the TV and, just hung out. But this is just so much more fun being with everyone, having this dynamic, and it's great. Yeah, we love it. And so, tell me, Mark, what time do you have to get up tomorrow and why? Oh, I got to be up tomorrow at 6. Ooh, what do you do? A foreman at the job. So, when you show someone that you have a genuine interest, again, you cannot fake this. If you're trying to fake this, get lost because what you will soon find is that others will figure out the true you. Now, when we think about being genuinely interested, okay, when we think about being genuinely interested, it comes down to our own thoughts. Their own thoughts. And so by having their own thoughts, I think a lot is going to change. And by changing, I mean that people are going to start to care about what goes on. Because if you go somewhere and you don't care about their true intentions, then it can be a real problem. Now, you might say to me, John, you know, I don't have time to get to know someone. And although you might say this, you're never going to build a bond with someone. You might say, John, what do I have to build a bond? Well, we're in life to connect with each other, to help each other, to make this world a better place to live in. And the way to do that is to start accepting ourselves, to start loving ourselves. And then from there, to shine that radiance to other people. It's learning how to be someone that is non selfish. Too many people are about me, but they don't care a jack about anybody else, about what's going through their head, about what's going through their mind, about what matters to them, because it's all about you, right? And so when we say someone doesn't care, we mean that they're just in it for the short term. They're in it for the game that's going to do the best for them. I'll tell you a secret here. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but there are people out there that do magazine sales and other types of salespeople. And although they could be a little bit nice, the point is that when what they deliver doesn't work, they start to get very egotistical. They start to say that you're hurting their feelings when all you're trying to tell them is, look, we're not getting ROI. They tell you, well, I'm insulted. Fine, be insulted. You know, taking the step to become genuinely interested in someone is an amazing milestone that you can gravitate toward in life. But too many people don't want to ask open ended questions. They don't want to ask things like how, why, when, right? And so when you just ask a factual question, yes, no, where's it going to be, what time is it going to be, you're going to get a yes or no answer. Why is it that way? How can it be that way? When you have those questions, people are going to become more ingrained into showing the truth. That's right. Showing the truth about what goes on in people's lives. But how does that actually work, ladies and gentlemen? Because if you were to go through and, let's say, ask people something, would you get support immediately? Generally, a lot of people have, unfortunately, they have an ego, unfortunately. But when people have an ego, it's not about trying to be nasty to them. It's about really telling people, this is what I stand for. And if you don't believe in it, well, that's perfectly fine. But what does it mean to you when something changes in your life? And I would say that when something changes in your life, it has this very unique quality. But being genuinely interested in someone shows that person that, hey, you really give a darn and you're in it for the long game. Maybe people don't ask these kinds of questions because they think it's old school, because they don't think it's going to be fast. And you're right, it's not going to be fast. But what it is going to do is it's going to bridge you with a very unique type of conversation. Okay. A conversation that could potentially move mountains. A conversation that could give you insights that you never knew were even possible of existing. Wow, that's just so powerful. Open ended questions are the tool we can use to be genuine and get the truth about who someone is. When you ask an open ended question, be sure to sit back and shut up and listen. When you do that, people love to tell their story. They love to tell a story. Think about this for a moment. Somebody asks you, um, let's say today you're playing a game, and you know, I know you played a great game. I was just curious, how did you win? How did you beat them? How did you get so good at chess? How did you get so good at checkers? How did you get so good? How? Why did you want to become so good? It's gonna open up space for you to tell your personal story. A personal story is how we create connections. You see, a lot of people think that business is how business is done by just talking business. It's not. It's about learning about the person and the ecosystem that they become part of. We have more to share with you tomorrow. And to wrap up, tomorrow is December 23rd, and we'll be talking more about how to ask open ended questions on our final series, episode 7. I have a lot to wrap up with you and share with you, and I know you're definitely going to not want to miss that. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. And again, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you amazing this evening. And I hope you'll like, love, and support the channel. Definitely comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates, share this out with everyone you know on social media, and then be sure to go ahead and click on that PayPal link at John Space E Space MORLY Space Serial Entrepreneur on my YouTube channel, and make the choice to buy my team and I a refreshing drink, a bowl of fruit, or a savory dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, impactful, motivational content to take you from where you are now to I know where you want to become. which is to have a slightly better version of the life and person that you currently are. Have yourself a great night, everyone. And I will talk to you, you know when? Yes, tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Be well.